Guys, so for today I have a drugstore favorite products part 2. I did do a part 1 and I mentioned to you guys that I have a ton of favorite drugstore products. I love drugstore items, so my collection is full of them. But in part 1 I really wanted to include items that kind of stuck out to me at the top of my head and maybe are like holy grails for me. But I still had some items that are really great from the drugstore that I wanted to mention, and a bunch of you guys wanted a part 2 to it, so I figured I'll go ahead and do that since it was highly requested. Now I did film this makeup look. It is actually a drugstore fall makeup tutorial. I used all drugstore items for this makeup tutorial and I believe it's going up before this video, so you can actually check it out. I'll link it down below. But let's just go ahead and get started because again I have a ton of products. Really quickly, I just want to say that the sun is legit going up and down today, up and down, up and down. So if you see this video and the lighting fluctuating, then that is why. But let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is this Hard Candy Sheer Envy Primer. I'm really not that much of a primer girl, but recently I've really realized that using a good primer can actually really help your makeup apply super smooth. So my favorite drugstore one is this one right here. It really just makes your makeup apply so smoothly. It gives you that smooth, flawless base that I absolutely love, and you only need a little bit. I've had this stuff for maybe a year and a half now, and I'm just finishing now, and I'm gonna definitely repurchase it. So next I have another primer that I really want to mention from the drugstore that is really great, and this is the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Primer. I don't use this that often just because this is a primer that's supposed to give you a really nice sheen to your face. You can use it as a primer, you can actually mix it in your foundations, and really what it's going to do is just give you a nice, I wouldn't really say dewy look. It's going to give you a really nice sheen, so it's going to help light reflect on your face really pretty. So it's just going to give you that really awesome like glow from within look on your skin. So I really like this. This is actually also a dupe for MAC's Strobe Cream. So a gem right here in the drugstore, and I love the packaging. It's so pretty with the white tube and the rose gold top. Absolutely love it. So next I have a concealer I want to mention, and this has been my favorite for a long time. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I absolutely love this stuff. It's a really great, decent, everyday concealer. It conceals the under eye. It gives it a really nice finish. It doesn't cake up. It's really lightweight, and it's so easy to use because you just pop it off, twist it up, and the product will come out of the sponge. The sponge makes it so easy to apply, and it's a really great quick concealer to use. So I really like this just for everyday use. This one is actually in the shade Light, which I actually wish it was a tiny bit lighter, but it has that really nice yellow undertone that I like. So I like to pick up this shade. The shade down to this, called Fair, has a really like pink undertone. So I like to get the yellow one. Next I want to talk about the Sonia Kashuk All Covered Up Concealer in the shade Porcelain 01. I actually did a video on this in comparison to the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I actually felt like this one is a really great dupe for it. So I like the fact that this is so full coverage, but it doesn't feel cakey, and it's really lightweight, and it also has that really nice yellow undertone, so I absolutely love this stuff. It also doesn't crease as much as some other concealers usually would. So another Sonia Kashuk product that I really want to mention is this highlighter stick. It is absolutely gorgeous. This one is in the shade Sparkling Sand, and it is so pretty. Literally, guys, look at that. It is so gorgeous. Basically, this is a cream highlighter. You would just pop this right on top of your cheekbones just to get that really pretty glow, and it is so gorgeous. For the price, I believe this is like $10.99 or something. Of course, it's cheaper in the US, and it is just such a great product and such a great highlighter. So speaking of highlighters, another highlighter that I love from the drugstore is this Hard Candy bronzer, but it's really a highlighter in the shade Tiki 129. This is actually an amazing dupe for the Balm's Mary Luminizer. It's a little slightly less pigmented than the Balm's Mary Luminizer and a tiny bit more golden. It's such an amazing highlighter. I actually used it today, and there it is right there. It is so gorgeous. I used it on my cheekbones today, and it's just a really pretty highlighter. I believe it's like $5 or $8, something like that. You can only get Hard Candy products at Walmart. So again, speaking of highlighters, I actually really want to talk about these Physicians Formula Mineral Glow Pearls, and this one is in the shade Beige Pearl, and it is honestly such a great highlight. It just gives you that really pretty like champagne-y, whitey, golden type of highlight. Again, it's a little bit less pigmented than the Balm one, and the hard candy one, but it gives you a really pretty, like, nice sheen. It's this one right here. It's kind of hard to see, but it just gives you a really nice light sheen glow when you don't want anything too pigmented or too over the top. Now, this is from the drugstore, but this is a little bit more pricey. I paid $20 for this. You can wait until you get these on sale though. I would probably pay the sale price. So next I want to talk about a drugstore bronzer, and this is the NYC Color Wheel in the shade All Over Bronze Glow. It is such a great color and such a great bronzer. This is a universal shade for us pale girls where we can kind of rock it as a bronzer, but also build it up as a more of a contour shade, and it is such a pretty shade. It's nice and warm still to give you that warm kind of sun-kissed glow, but it's still cool tone enough to kind of contour with. So I like the fact that it's a little bit warm, a little bit cool, and it's just not too orangey. So I really, really like this bronzer, and again, it's so cheap because NYC is a really great affordable brand. You can get this stuff at Walmart or some drugstores. So next I have two blushes that I want to mention. I'm not a huge blush girl, but I do have some that are my favorites, and I really love this Milani one. This is, you guys have heard me talk about this on my channel quite a bit. This is the Milani blush, baked blush in the shade Delicioso Pink, and yes, girl, it is bright Barbie pink, and it is so pigmented, so easily blendable, really like creamy to the touch, like really nice and soft, not too chalky, and it's just a really great blush. Of course it is more of like a summer color because it's super bright, but I really, really love this color, and I don't even mind wearing that bright pink Barbie blush. I think it looks really, really, really great. So another blush that's been my favorite for a while is this LA Colors Mineral blush, and this one's a pink, but it's a little bit more of an everyday subtle pink, but still kind of bright. Like, it's not natural necessarily, but it's not as Barbie pink as the Milani one is. This one, oh, and Milani in Canada. A lot of you guys ask me where you can get Milani in Canada, and you can actually get Milani at some Walmarts, so just give them a call and ask them if they have Milani. And you can also get it at the Superstore. But the LA Colors one is in the shade Tickled Pink, and that is how it looks right there. So next I have some shadows that I want to talk to you guys about, and then we'll go into lip products. The first shadows that I want to talk about are from the brand Joe Fresh. I love Joe Fresh, first of all. They have, their entire line is like amazing. But I really just want to talk about these shadows. They're absolutely gorgeous. I can't even, like, the way I'm feeling them right now, they're so, like, creamy and soft to the touch and so pigmented, and it's just, I love them. It's kind of hard to see, that's such a bad swatch. But this one is in the shade Pink, no, this one's just in the shade Sugar, absolutely love it. And this one is in the shade Pale Pink, and it's just a really nice all over the lid kind of nudie mauve-y shade. I say mauve because it has a little bit of like a purpley, kind of grayish gray stone undertone to it. You can see better when it's swatched. It's like kind of a mauve-y nude. Really, really love this for the crease as a transition shade, and also just all over the lid is really, really great. You guys know I'm a sucker for shadows that are really blendable, really pigmented, and really creamy, but super cheap. So these ones actually retail for $6, so crazy, crazy, crazy price. Amazing. And I really love the packaging on them. They're super sleek and super sturdy, and you get a lot, like a large amount of shadow, so really, really, really worth it. The next shadows that I want to talk about are these Milani Gel to Powder shadows. These ones are really, really, really great. This one's actually in the shade Bella Cafe, and I like these because they're really soft to the touch. The only thing that I wish was more and better about these is that they were pigmented. As you can see, they look super pigmented on my finger, but that's because I was kind of like swirling it around in there for a few seconds. But I won't say these are the best quality eyeshadows ever. Maybe like 7, 8 out of 10 shadows, especially for a beginner, and I use these all the time even. Again, this one is in the shade Bella Cafe. I think that the drugstore lacks really great neutrals and just really great like transition shades and crease shades. So the fact that Milani came out with these are really, really, really great. I'll just throw in this one because I love this one as well. This one is in the shade Bella Cappuccino. Bella Cappuccino is more of a kind of a pinkier undertone, whereas the Cafe one is a little bit more of a golden undertone, but that is Cappuccino right there, Bella Cappuccino. Next is something I'm really excited to talk about because I really, really love these. These are the Maybelline Eye Studio Quads. These are some of the first eyeshadows that I ever got as a beginner, and they're amazing quality, like amazing quality from the drugstore, and they have such great little color palettes. Like, you can actually find really gorgeous shades in this. This one is in the shade Copper Chic, and it's more of like a coppery tone palette. You get this really pretty like vanilla. They're all shimmer. That's the only thing about these quads that I wish was different, is that they included at least one matte for the transition or a crease. But I mean, you really can't go wrong. I think these are like $10.99 in Canada, and they're absolutely amazing. You get 4 really pigmented great shades. You get this really gorgeous like brown shade that I would totally put all over the lid and do a really nice smoked out eye with. You get this really pretty bronzy shade, and like literally as I'm swatching these, they're so pigmented and so buttery and so creamy. I do wish that they gave you a little bit more product. Like, they're kind of small, but if you see that copper shade right there, like, hello, that's copper. This one is in the like kind of brow bone highlight that they give you, and you could totally put that on your cheekbones. Like, it is such a pretty highlight shade. Next one is in the shade Give Me Gold, and it's just more of a golden bronzy kind of palette. Again, you just get really pretty golden bronzy shades that are super pigmented and really creamy and really great quality. The last eye product that I really want to mention is actually the product that I'm wearing right now in my eyes, and you'll see it in my tutorial. This is the BH Cosmetics Gel Liner in the shade Treasure. It's this really gorgeous like olive green emerald shade, and it has specks of gold glitter in it. I actually have a bunch of their gel liners, and I really actually like using them as cream shadows to put all over the lid. And they're just amazingly pigmented and so creamy and just really great quality for the price. I'll actually show you guys another color that I have, and this one is in the shade Storm, and it's this really gorgeous eggplant deep purple shade, which I actually might do a look with as well. So now onto lip products. I really quickly want to mention these 3 lip products. So 2 of them are by Maybelline. One of them is from the Maybelline Vivids collection, which if you haven't seen the Maybelline Vivids collection, I definitely recommend you to try it out. They're absolutely amazing quality, so pigmented and so creamy. This one is in the shade Pink Pop, and it's such a beautiful color. Absolutely love it. This one is from the Nude collection, which I definitely recommend you guys to try out because they have such great nude shades, and everybody loves a great nude. This one is in the shade Nude Lust, and it's just this really gorgeous nude color, perfect for the fall time because it's a little bit more of a deeper nude. Next is a lipstick I really want to shout out, and this is the CoverGirl lipstick. I love their entire line, but this shade in particular is absolutely gorgeous. This one is in the shade Honeyed 258. So gorgeous. It actually reminds me of like a MAC Cream Cup or Angel, just that really pretty like soft neutral pink. Next, I really want to throw a lip liner in there, and I really want to talk about the NYX ones. NYX has such great lip liners. They're really creamy and really pigmented, but they're not too creamy so that they're gonna kind of slip and slide everywhere. They're just that perfect kind of texture. They're just that perfect medium between a creamy and not too creamy liner so that you can get perfect control. This one is in the shade Dolly Pink, and it's just that perfect pink that will match with like that really bright cool tone Barbie pink lip, and I just absolutely love them. They have a bunch of shades, so you can basically find any color you'll ever need, and they're super affordable as well. And the last thing I want to mention is this Aven Thermal Spring Water. I really love this stuff. This is a perfect spray just to put all over your makeup. This spray definitely isn't going to make your makeup last longer. This is really just going to help refresh your makeup. I actually really like to use this to help kind of what I call uplift my makeup. Sometimes when you put on makeup, you can kind of feel the powder on your face and you don't really like that uncomfortable feeling. Spraying a thermal spring water on top of it will kind of make your face feel refreshed, bring it back to life, and just give it a little bit of life, and won't make it look too cakey. It'll make it look a little bit more natural. So I really love using a spray. I actually got this one from Shoppers Drug Mart. I believe you can get this from the drugstores in the US as well. That is pretty much it for my drugstore favorites. You guys really wanted to see a part 2, so I had to of course get it out there for you guys. And again, if you want to see this tutorial, then make sure to check down below and I will link it for you guys. Let me know down below if you want to see any more drugstore favorites videos, maybe a drugstore favorite lipsticks where I can show you guys all my favorite drugstore lipsticks, and leave your requests down below for any other videos. But yeah, that is pretty much it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll of course see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!